freaking ninth time recording this video. You stupid application. Okay, sorry, I just had to let out my frustrations. This is the ninth time recording and it always cuts for some reason. So please don't cut. Enough with my raging. What this is going to be, what if Issei was the son of Meliodas and Elizabeth, part 1. The real story begins. Time skip. Issei is 14 years old. He has been talking with Arena, emailing, calling, and calling her as much as he can, but she says she is recently very busy, with her. She hasn't told him what she's busy with. We all know it's exorcist work, but yeah. She says she is very busy right now. And she'll talk to him some other time. So, Issei has nobody else to talk to except Drake and the librarian he visits. Also, Issei is a bike racer. He has won many tournaments. He recently won a $1 million bike racing tournament by using Drake's boost in his bike. Nobody noticed it because his handle where he grips the bike and increases the speed is red, and the entire bike is white like his hair. So, and he always has the earring. He always wears the earring his mother left him. He has Meliodas' sword in a dimension. Also, let's skip all of that. So he decides, he should find out and get some companions. Companions by means devils or angels. Any works because he's half devil and half demon, half angel. Sorry, they call themselves devils because they aren't the original, demons with the black, things that Meliodas had. The darkness. Oh God, many of you gonna scream about the black things part, but whatever. So he submits an application to Kohu Academy. His application gets accepted. He takes the test to get into Kohu Academy, and he is successful with full marks, completely full marks, 100. 100, actually, 100 on 100. Many of the teachers were astonished by the result. This new transfer student, Bell had, and they thought, wow, a genius is going to be attending our academy. So the principal even thought, I should probably welcome this boy myself. If he's so great as the professor said by marking him, he did get full marks, and I also have to inform him of something. Better inform him before he goes to his class. Better inform him what his class is. They send him a mail, Well, Issei gets the mail. Oh, well, tomorrow's the first day of class. He already has all his material because they sent him his material, He has a pretty big house, actually. But he feels alone because, he thought he would probably get friends, out in the park. But no, he did not. So, yeah. He left his house dressed like this because he hadn't received the school uniform. He wanted to talk to the principal about that when he's gonna meet her. Because she was known as a her. She advertised the school, so she was known as an award winner as the best educationalist school by many people. So yes, he was going to meet her, and the email also said to show this email to the guard to let him into the school because he does not have a uniform from the school right now. So he shows the guard the email. The guard lets him in. He walks down to the principal's office by people giving him directions. Many of the girls eyeing him all over and over again, giggling and talking with each other. And some saying that he might be the next Prince of Kohu since he's going to the principal, you know. You know, rumors are already spreading, you know, how fast that happens. So, you know, he knocks at the principal's door, you know. The principal says, "Oh, please come in." The Issei steps into the room and, "Oh, you must be Issei. You must be Issei. It's a pleasure to meet you. Please, sit down." He sits down on the chair. "Thank you. Do you want anything? Water?" "No, I'm alright." So, yes, I called you here to give you your timetable and what class you're going to be. Your class is 1A, and this is your timetable." Handing him the timetable, him grasping it and looking at it over to see what subject he has, you know. Oh, and yes. One more thing. Do you have anything to say? You look like you want to say something. That's what she said. God, seriously, why did I say that? You know, that's what the principal said, not that's what she said, not the meme, not the meme. So, that meme is dead. She's said, "Yes, I wanted to talk to you about my uniform." "Yes, I know you'll stand out in those clothes. Your uniform will be arriving tomorrow." Just, "Hey, hello, ladies, can you come in?" "Wait, what are you doing?" "Oh, you might need to strip." "Wait, why?" Issei asked in a husky voice. Husky now, core voice. What is that word? Whatever. Issei asked in an embarrassed voice. Embarrassed. Whatever. Um, to get your measurements, of course. Oh, God. You know, uh, he takes off his clothes, you know, they measured. The girls are giggling, you know, they see his fine, muscle toned body under all of that clothing, you know, and his good looks too. You know, they kind of blushing too while measuring him. I mean, I ain't gonna make it older, girls, so not gonna happen, buddy. Not gonna happen. I was thinking I'm gonna do that. No, no, no. Okay, so, you know, well, you look certainly tired. Uh, wow. I've never felt, Issei says, "I've never felt so violated and serenaded at the same time." Oh, the principal laughs. Well, and as she was about to speak, the bell rang. Well, there you go. That's the bell for the first period. You better hurry if you don't want to be late to for homeroom. Of course. "Thank God," Issei said. "Please excuse my manners, but I will. I think I might be traumatized by this." The principal laughs, catching on to his joke. You know, he said it obviously in a sarcastic voice. "Well, I'll take my leave," grabbing his backpack and leaving the room. He walked down to class 1A, knocked at the door. The teacher said, "Please come in," a male voice said. He said, "Thank you." Um, well, if it isn't the new transfer student, please introduce yourself to the class." "Well, I am Issei, and my hobbies are art, reading, and kendo, and also martial arts. And I come from Japan, Tokyo. I come from Tokyo, Japan." "He comes from Tokyo." Everybody was like, "Oh, he comes from Tokyo." And you know, so they talking about everything, you know. Some of the girls squealing at, you know, another pretty boy coming, no homo, another pretty boy coming into that class. You know, they already had Kiba, but now another pretty boy graces them with their presence, and he looks and sounds very well mannered, in their opinions. So, you know. Okay, well, you can take your seat at there. He points, he points his seat at besides Kiba and Konoko. Yeah, you know. Sorry, I'm really just tired from re-recording this like the ninth time. So just excuse me if I'm a little fast and impatient. Wait, I need to take deep breaths in. Now I'm calm. Okay. They are done with all the lessons. They are done with all of the, you know, he, um, can any one of you, he first of all, he sits down, says hello to Kiba, greets them. They say hello back. Well, I wasn't sure of what I had to bring today, so I might not have some books. Are you, one of you willing to share with me? He was like, no worries, you just joined. So he's explained like he just got his timetable today, so he didn't know what books to bring. So, he was practically clueless. Well, no worries. I'll share, and if I don't have, Konoko could share. Konoko is in the same grade as Issei this time. Most of them are gonna be, you know, younger in this one. So, well, thank you. Thank you very much. Issei smiles. Konoko actually blushes a little. He is no homo, but those red eyes, with that gray hair, grayish tint, with a bit of gold hair. Bruh, my man looks fine. Any girl would want this man's. So, all the lectures are done. They share their books, they talk a little, they introduce each other more. It's lunchtime. Issei is getting bombarded by all the girls in class, about what he likes. There are too many questions aimed at him and some personal ones, like, can I get your number and stuff like that, you know? Wait, some of the guys notice, wait, you're the Scarlet Racer. Issei was like, so you've heard of me. Mm. Wait, he's the Scarlet Racer that keeps winning the motorbike tournaments? Oh my god, he got, obviously the girls are more intrigued than him, and some of the guys too, are nerding out about, the Scarlet Racer. The Scarlet Racer, let's say it's as popular as as anime. Screw it! Let's get more enthusiastic up in here. I sound like a dead fish. Oh hell, what am I doing? I'm walking and talking now. Okay, so yeah. It's break time. Issei, just trying to eat his lunch, but the constant bombarding of questions is kind of really overwhelming to him because he's never had so many people talk to him at once, or he's mostly never talked to anybody else except Arena. So he's kind of a bit socially awkward at some times. So he was like you know he was kind of like thinking on what to say, like who to answer first. He was really confused. The girls found this really adorable. Of course, everybody does. Like seriously, like no homo though, no homo. I don't swing that way. Just to clarify, that's gross. I'm a normal man. So let's say, you know, to quickly, Issei uses a distraction, uh, you know, some kind of distraction. He's really smart, so I'm not gonna explain what distraction, but to run off. Whew. The only safe place he could think of right now and where nobody would be was the roof. And he went there, he sat there, and he was eating his lunchbox there in peace. So while eating, while he was there, he invited. He's, put a chit down at Konoko's desk, like, do you and Kiba want to have lunch with me? Um, and if you want, you can invite some other people, but please, just nobody that, keeps interrogating me like them. Konoko showed this to Kiba. What should we do? I mean, he didn't really feel like a human, so, I mean, we might have a troublesome person on our hands. What do you mean, Konoko? He didn't feel or smell like a human. You implying that he's some other creature? Yeah, possibly. Huh. We should probably inform Bunch of this. She might be interested in this. And, as Kibas, he was right on this part. So he's, tells this to, Buncho, as in Rias. Rias is quite intrigued by what Konoko is describing about this Issei fellow, right, who transferred here. You know, Konoko said that not like a human. Interesting. What? I wonder what race he is. He had many seals, like, under his clothing, so nobody knew. Like, it looked like tattoos. Of course, he also has the sin of rat. Meliodas was well known for this having the sin of rat, but nobody will know about that mark until, a little later. So, okay, intriguing. Every, let's everybody. He invited us too, and he said we could bring our other friends too. Okay, since he is inviting us, let's go. I'm really intrigued in this Issei fellow. So what she does, told them to come to the roof of the new school, and somebody's at my door again. Sorry. Well, Issei says that they go to the roof, they see Issei quietly eating his very large bento box for someone as slim as him. That's what his clothing says, at least. So, I mean, they don't question it, but, well, you guys came. And you seem to have brought your friends too. Wait, yes. Well, this is our club, so we're all friends here. Club? What kind of club? Issei questions. Well, we are the Occult Research Club. Occult Research Club. Kiba, enough with the dilly-dallying, Ria says. We know you're not human, Issei-san. So, can you enlighten us to what exactly you are? Konoko here says that you are human. What? Okay, what? I know your group's name is Occult Research Club, but not human? I think I'm pretty human. Well, Konoko here said, stop playing coy, Issei-san. That's what she says. We know you're not human. Irius tries to question again. Well, Issei, instead of dodging the question straight off, Issei hums for 1 second and says, well, what do you think I am? I am not sure. Well, then how can you say I'm not human? You may be human, but you're a special one, aren't you? Maybe, maybe not. Ria sighs. They continue eating and talking a little, finding out a little more about Issei, as he came from Japan, Tokyo. Let's just say that the castle was at Tokyo at an abandoned forest, a very large one at that. It was invisible to everybody. Please, Issei-san, stop dilly-dallying. I have... Fine, you caught me red-handed. I thought I'd keep my cover a little bit more. His goofy side is showing up a little bit. So, well, Hmm. I knew it. Spill the beans, Issei-san. Please enlighten us. Well, that's a secret, but if you want to ask something else, then I'm all ears. I'll reveal that with time. I don't think that I have the right knowledge on you or your group. Should I say Prius Grammary, one of the 72 pillars, one of the from the family of one of the 72 pillars? I don't have much information on you or how you act or how you are, though. So am not I might not tell you right now. Convince me. Oh, well, you might have to convince me if you want me to tell you what I am exactly. Challenge accepted, Rias was like. Well, I have um Ria's eyes keep Ria's eyes flickered to Kiba, and Kiba was like, Kiba secretly pulls out a sword that was behind him and flings it at Issei without any killing intent as a testing blow. Issei grabs, what do you call Kiba's sword and flips him over, almost throwing him off the roof, but Kiba gets back on. As I suspected, you are strong too. Well, testing my abilities already. You should warn people before trying to test them, right? Sorry. I know it wasn't. Sorry, I know it was quite rude and quite improper to, tell one of my servants to, um, test your strength, but I needed to confirm something. And what exactly did you confirm? You have a Longinus, don't you? You have. No, she doesn't say that. She had. You have a sacred gear, don't you? Well, you're well, you are right on that one. Um, then I would like. And Kiba didn't have any killing intent, so you were not planning to kill me. And let me guess this: if I was normal and I wouldn't show anything fancy, you would have still paid attention to me and asked one of your servants to spy on me, wouldn't you? To see if anything abnormal happens. And erase my memories, correct? Not poor. Not poor. But not the best plan ever. Well, you seem pretty desperate. Well, can you enlighten me on what desperation you have right now? well, you think I Well, I didn't think you would read me like an open book, but from the marks you got at the entrance test to enter the school, this should have been expected. Well, something definitely troubling you. So, I have to ask you one more thing. What reason did you come to this school? Well, mostly to meet new people and actually have, what do you say, friends, you can say. You don't have any friends? Not exactly. Uh, well, like, I had one friend, but she went to Europe. So, well, I mostly came to the school in search of friends and companions, if you understand. So, companions, you say? Well, then I have one question for you, Ria says. Would you like to join my parage and become my servant? Well, do you know what it is? Do you know what that means? Yes, I do. Ria's grammar of one of the 72 pillars of hell. Ria's grammar from one of the houses of the 72 pillars of hell. Well, that confirms it. You definitely know it, don't you? Yes, I do know the evil chess piece system. So, which ones do you have? I sense that Kiba is a knight from the sword he carries. Well, you're perceptive. Kiba's adds. Konoko seems to depict strength, and she doesn't seem to have any weapons on her, so I'm presuming she's the rook. And Akano. Interesting. You're a half breed like me, Issei says. So you're a half breed? Hmm, maybe. Ah, Mia sighs and blushes a bit at the actions of this young man. One serious, and then the other side playful. Well, if you don't want to talk about it, it's fine. Um, so, well, what pieces do you have? Is she your queen? Well, yes, you are spot right on that. Well, let me bring you to my building, as I call it. Let me bring you to my residence. She takes him to the old, school building that they use, you know, and she shows him the board. I have 8 pawn pieces, one more knight, one more bishop, and, well, um, what do you call? Yes, one more bishop, one knight, one rook, and 8 pawn pieces. Which one do you choose? All pawn. I choose all pawn pieces. Wait, I will the 8 pawn pieces even accept you? You can try. You'll see. Well, she does the ritual to, become my servant and serve me. And Issei says yes. And, the 8 pawn pieces, choose him. But this is where something interesting happens. The pawn pieces mutate. Well, I guess this would happen since you said you were a half breed, right? Yeah, I mean, yes, I mean, you obviously know that. Well, I think I should reveal it by time. I mean, it is a big secret of mine, so I mean, only time will be the only thing that I can reveal it. Only time is the way I can reveal it. Hmm. Please understand. Well, he says in a very kind manner. Rias blushes a bit, Come on. Yeah. All the girls in the room blush a bit. Hmm. He isn't like the White Knight Kiba is, the White Knight Protector, stoic. He gets angry, he gets, mad, he's goofy, unlike Kiba, who's always serious and, stoic as ever. So, well, today has been a great day. Yes, I would agree. And that is the first day of Issei going to. I'm just kidding. I'm taking it further. Rias was like, since you'll be doing. Yes, I already know. What do you call? I'll be doing packs with people, correct? Yes, you know it. Yes, let's just say I'm a very knowledgeable person on the races, the war, and everything else regarding the races. Not regarding the races, he says as confidently. Well, I guess that part's out then. Guess I won't need to teach you all of those things. Thank you for making my work less. I do. I work to. I do to please, he says, you know, goofily. Yes, again, and all the girls blushes. All the girls blush. Well, can I get the summoning circle so I can go to somebody who wants to summon me with their pact? Well, yes, here she gives him a bundle, you know. He does all the summonings, you know. He's called for the first summoning by a lady. You know, he'll mostly be called by a lady. So well, you already got one. Well, I'll teleport. Don't worry. Okay, I understand. Well, I'll see you in a bit. Well, he catches on quick. Even if I haven't given, then they all talk. Well, he seems very strong. Like he emits a presence, but he keeps it in most of the time. He has leaked it out once or twice, but he seems very strong for some reason. Let's see what he has to offer. Should we? You know, Issei at the summoning pact, there was a lady. Oh, wow. Aren't you a pretty devil? The lady says. Well, Issei says, I've come here as you called. What is your request? Issei says, in a professional manner. Wow, professionalism too, for somebody so young. Can you give me a back massage? Well, of course. Issei smiled and, you know, Issei is talented in many things. Many things. Like, he knows a lot about pressure points, the human body, and any body. Because, the human body, angel body, and all bodies are same, essentially. So, he gives the person such a good massage that they give him 3 more packs. Dude, that was so amazing. Dear, I'll call you again tomorrow, okay? You're so... Oh, wow. That was an amazing massage. I feel all the stress gone. Well, thank you for... Well, thank you for your request. And then he disappears. Well, how did it go? Well, I got 3 more summoning packs. 3 more? What did you do? Well, it wasn't that weird, but the lady spoke very weirdly. I presume she was a bit drunk too, at the time. And what did she ask you? Well, it was nothing short of normal. Just a back massage and a stress relief. To relieve stress. Nothing too fancy, but though she was, Issei blushes heavily, trying to, rubbing the back of his head. She was practically almost completely naked, except the towels covering her. Konako punches him. Hey, ow, what did you do that for? Hey, it wasn't my fault. That's what people do when they massage somebody. God. This didn't really hurt that bad, but seriously. I mean, he was caught off guard, so she hit a sore spot. Well, that's incredible that you got 3 your first time. He was really excited for, and, he goes to the evenings and, well, he meets Yuma. And that's where he meets Yuma. And that's where we leave this episode off.